Hi. So today's vlog is gonna be a bit of me thinking out loud, and I'm gonna title this vlog over. Oh, oh, something got stuck. Overworked, because mm, I notice myself as a zealot, as like very irrationally. I don't know what's the word for it. Irrationally religious about work and about money, because since I can remember, I just hear all these miracles about work, how they change a person's character, how, the whole analogy of shining a diamond in the rough through attrition and friction and conflict. And and so for a long time in my life, I connected work to this, basically connected work to a process of ascension, where the longer you work, apparently, the better person you are. And this is just a belief. And it, it's a similar story with money, because, I mean, at least for most of my life, uh, money was used to get shelter, get a home, eat good food, drink water, drink clean water, buy things you like. So it ends up happening like money becomes like this sweetness. This is if money was a thing, if money was only a thing, it would be something like candy or ice cream. You think there's only good attributed to it, but it's also an irrational belief, because just go out on the street and walk and look at the faces of people coming by, and you see inner conflict, you see stress, you see suffering. But um, recently, I went on a road trip to somewhere in China, and in the middle of nowhere. Well, not really nowhere. It's like the northernmost part of Guangdong region, called Shaoguan, Xiuguan, and over there was like this resort, this really dilapidated resort that where you could eat and you could stay for a few days and be very close to nature inside a tent like room. Um, what about it? Um, it tot- it's like in our minds, it's like we read our minds like a book, and the book is saying there is such thing as people who don't spend more than $5 for a meal. And you read it, you read your mind, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's possible. But including myself, we're so stupid that we have to actually go to the place and witness people living, people living, people living, and their standard of living cannot be criticized, because life is the only real value, and life is not an appearance. But here in the city, in a world-class city like Hong Kong, we're so brainwashed and egotistical and blind to what life can be and what is important, that connects a thread between the person in Siu Guan and me in Hong Kong in a first-class city. Um, it seems like the nut that everybody actually wants to crack open is the technology of the mind, the psychology of the mind, because if we are able to affect ourselves to a permanent change that is across the board better, then we become able to actually, through words and behavior, living as a living example, affect others to do the same, to improve their own humanity and their own human nature, to perfect themselves and have that perfection seep through their works. So I also see this very demented side to first-rate cities, world-class cities, where we already have all this money, but we're given more money. And on the other hand, there exist like parts to countries that are like countryside, that are clearly not as well off, and we don't give equal and one support, and we don't question why the roads in Hong Kong are so great and why this is not equally distributed to every single part of the world, including those very poor countryside areas. But the theme of this vlog is this religion related to work. And I just have to coin most of us in the city as very delusional about what is most important, including myself, because I used to think that having a very good income and having a coherent work or a coherent career, that is what is going to make me happy. Then X, who will remain anonymous, tells me he met a guy that built what's the word? Managed and maintained a Buddhist shrine for 20 to 30 years. And 30 years later, this shrine is like buzzing with popularity and success, and lots of money coming in, and this guy that managed and maintained this shrine became lost. He was like, he said to X, I have all this money and I've already reached the maturity phase of the potential of this shrine. What will be my next objective? What will be my next goal? And so that is an example proving that career and money, I don't want to say guarantees happiness, but does not guarantee a sound mind, something like that. Yeah, so that's about all that I have to share for today. Yeah, thanks. Bye.